The last example we have here is a pretty complex example. We have multiple conditions with multiple failure options. So we've got 5 hostages here, each of them with their own failure and success conditions. We have the parent trigger, which has a lot of conditions in for each of the different situations, whether the hostage is killed or the hostage is saved. Looking at the hostages themselves, we switch their animation to put them into the animation we want them in, as in the hostage position. We disable the AI to stop them from walking around. And there's a server check to make sure the captive is set, and also an event handler is added onto the captive. So if the captive is killed, a message is sent to all players saying who killed the civilian. What we could also have is a counter there to increment the number of killed civilians if this was a larger scale mission, but for now there's just a simple check. And then we also have the old favourites, hold action add, which basically allows the player to release the captive. We can see that there is a check to see if the captive himself has been untied, which will stop the action from being conducted by any other players. And when the captive has been untied, his AI is re-enabled. His animation is changed to allow him to change position to move, which for some of these you'll notice is blank. Others, it actions the outgoing animation to switch them into a ready position. It sets a variable to allow them to not be interacted with again, basically stopping other players from doing so, and it also instructs them to join the group, much like you saw earlier with the heal player option or heal AI option. It forces them to join the group. And then finally it sets their captive status as off, so if you had the player as a military unit, he would then get shot at by the enemies. And jumping in game, we can quickly see this example. There's different hostages positions around here. Each one has its own setting. If we hold spacebar to release the captive,
2, join group, ready.
He joins the group, and if we move him out of the sector to control him, there we go, we can see the task has been fired. If we instead choose not to release him and shoot the poor chap, the task gets failed.
I am the new actual. Enemy fire! Join group, ready.
And of course you can see in the bottom corner there the event handler is firing, which will tell all players who has killed the civilian.
Area clear.
And there we go, all hostages have been rescued or killed. So in this example we can see the different conditions there. There's nothing too complex going on each of these triggers that we have built up through the tutorials. Each one just simply checks if one is alive and not present in the area, or if one has been straight out killed at any point. The task has been failed. I mean, it could well happen that the hostage gets removed from the sphere, the task is considered to be completed, and then they die. But you can be as specific as you want with the triggers. I could effectively put in another check to say, has this trigger been fired? If it has, then do not fire this one. There's plenty of ways around it, but for now this will be sufficient for a mission where we could put the various hostages in different places and have them be rescued. So I hope that's been a useful rundown of the objectives. There's quite a lot of scope available now using the enhanced action menu, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. I can see there Laws of Wars DLC is now out, so I'm going to go check on that. Thank you for your time.